These are the worst missions in GTA 5. Hey guys, welcome back to GTA Speedy. Today we'll talk about the worst missions in GTA 5. Let's hit into it. Number 1, did somebody say yoga?
Backpack, yes, there you go.
Oh! What? Hey, enough of that shit!
There's absolutely no one can make a list like this and not include this mission, if you can even call it that. In a game that's known for shooting, sniping, blasting, exploding, racing, crashing, speeding, stealing, and killing, among many other things, frankly the last thing you'd expect to do is freaking yoga. And yet that's exactly what Did Somebody Say Yoga is, a mission where you do some insanely stupid QuickTime events where Michael requires near precise analog control. One can argue that this mission is essentially the parodies of the usage of QuickTime events in gaming, but after a point this mission becomes a parody of itself. Thankfully there's a slightly more interesting part where you get to experience a drug-induced trip through Michael's eyes before he wakes up to his entire family leaving him. Number 2 is scouting the port.
Here comes the soup. I gotta check in. Remember, Floyd, this can go.
Trevor is the most entertaining main character in GTA 5, if not the entire series. His hilarious redneck antics and a dismissive attitude towards human life make him one of the most uniquely charming characters that Rockstar have turned out. However, one of his character-specific missions does nothing to take advantage of this character. In scouting the port, you control Trevor in what is probably the most boring missions in the game. You need to maintain cover as you take pictures of a ship that you'll assault in a heist mission, and in order to keep yourself inconspicuous, you'll need to do menial cargo worker tasks, which is about as much fun as it sounds like. Obviously, people boot up Grand Theft Auto 5 to just drive slow forklifts and move around containers using a crane. Number 3, derailed.
Alright, so I'm taking a car to steal a boat, stick up a train, and get
It seems that missions that involve trains in the Grand Theft Auto series always end up becoming unnecessarily frustrating for no reason whatsoever. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas probably has the most infuriating of them all, wrong side of the tracks, but Grand Theft Auto 5 provides some fairly decent competition with Derailed. The opening of the mission involves a pretty difficult jump in order to get Trevor on the top of the train as he uses his dirt bike to facilitate the leap. Trying to nail this jump is pretty hard on the first try, and Rockstar even acknowledges this one with one of the gold medal objectives named Better Than CJ, which involves making this hard jump on the very first try. Number 4, boiler suits.
Because I was told that if we helped out with that thing, which we did, then our past indiscretions would be for
Heist missions are one of the major additions in Grand Theft Auto 5, putting an interesting spin on the normal structure of missions and cranking up the action and music all the way up to 11. These missions are hyped up so much in game that there are even some pre-heist missions that are simply there to hype up the actual heists. However, one of these missions turn out to be just wasting time filler. One such mission is the boiler suit mission, where all you need to do is buy some boiler suits. No, seriously, that's it. In order to add some replayability, Rockstar also added some gold challenges for this missions as well, because why the hell not? If for some reason you don't mind this mission, then Rockstar decided to add another mission like this as well. Number 5, mini sub.
Alright, I'm here.
Heist setup missions are pretty hit or miss in Grand Theft Auto 5, and the creatively named mission mini-sub is a glaring example of a miss. You'll end up controlling Trevor in a rather boring mission as you try to steal a submarine, something that sounds really cool but isn't in practice, to prepare for an upcoming heist. What really sucks all the fun out of this mission is how slow everything moves. Taking the submarine back to safety is an arduous process on its own due to the lack of acceleration, and the tractor-trailer that used to haul the submarine on land is not exactly the fastest vehicle either. This makes for a mission that feels like more of a chore and less like fun. Number 6, pulling favors.
JB gonna lose everything. He gonna lose the house, you know what I'm saying, the business, everything, and you his cousin, nigga, you said you...
Grand Theft Auto 5 made a lot of improvements to the series' driving mechanics, adding various little nuances and details that led to arguably the most fun one could have while driving in a video game, except for the racing titles obviously, but there's a limit to how much one can enjoy driving certain vehicles, and pulling favors is one of the examples that exposes these shortcomings. There are tons of annoying missions in Grand Theft Auto series that forces you to drive a slow truck or some other vehicle of the sort. Adding to this is already boring premise, also happens to be dragging something behind it which is crucial to said mission. In pulling favors, you control Franklin as you use a tow truck in order to slowly impound vehicles, since apparently that's exactly people want to do when they play a game like Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 7, the Merryweather heist.
Wasn't like that.
better not have been.
You're like, you give a fuck.
Oh, see, I give a fuck. Michael.
Remember that slow submarine you had to steal? In this heist, no matter which path you'll choose, you still have to use this particular vehicle, so good luck with that. Considering the fact that this is the first heist that has all 3 members participate in it, one might be a bit disappointed since this mission doesn't live up to any other heist in the game. It's not that the mission isn't good, but calling it a heist seems somewhat over the top considering that most of the stuff you do in this mission is just a ton of other jobs as well. The worst part is that everything you do in this mission will pretty much be useless since the device you steal turns out to be a super weapon that needs to be returned immediately. An infuriating end to an underwhelming heist. tastes. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.